In hindsight, it may seem like the taxi industry has had little to no innovation over the past decade. However, behind the scenes, a larger transition is beginning to unfold: electric taxis. Tesla has recognized this transition and will soon dominate the taxi market with its low cost of ownership. In this video, I'm gonna go over the inevitable transition of Tesla taxis. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this, and let's get right into it. While Tesla's vehicles are certainly expensive, the low cost of ownership makes the vehicle cheaper over the long run. In July of 2019, Gene Munster from Loop Ventures calculated the 5-year cost of ownership of a Tesla Model 3 compared to a Toyota Camry LE and an Audi A5. After calculating the total cost of ownership along with the decline in resale value, Gene found out that the Tesla Model 3 actually costs around $2,000 less to own than a Toyota Camry LE. Now when it comes to taxi vehicles, switching to Teslas is a no-brainer. Taxis have a much higher daily mileage, have to constantly idle, and must keep the heating and air conditioning on at all times in order to satisfy the passengers. By recalculating the 5-year cost of ownership for taxi use, this would easily result in a far lower cost of ownership for the Model 3. The importance of this cannot be overstated. Tesla's vehicles have better performance, comfort, and technology than a Toyota Camry. Yet the vehicle still costs less money to own than a Camry. One taxi company in Germany ordered a fleet of 200 Model 3s and reported that electric cars are much easier to care for. An old car costs 6,000 euros a year. The expenses are now gone. We also save on fuel costs through cheaper electricity. Now, the only step required is to educate fleet managers about the massive cost benefits of Tesla taxis. Tesla has been hosting webinars over the past few years aiming to accelerate the transition to Tesla taxis. Just last week, Tesla hosted its 4th enterprise webinar, which comprises of a brief history of Tesla, including who we are and where we have come from, but more importantly, the benefits to employers and employees as well as technology, charging, and safety topics. Now it may seem like the transition to Tesla taxis doesn't matter, but the truth is that the transition provides a massive opportunity for Tesla. While Uber and Lyft are making a name for themselves in the taxi space, taxis still represent the majority of the market in continents like Asia and Australia. This market is ginormous and has the potential to make a massive impact on Tesla's sales in the future. There are so many taxi drivers in the world, and the estimates for the number of taxi drivers ranges from 15 to 30 million drivers. To put this number into perspective, Toyota sold 2.3 million vehicles in 2019, so it would take 7 years for Toyota to provide the minimum amount of taxi vehicles being driven around the world. Tesla's multitude of advantages makes it the best positioned automaker to take over the taxi market as it transitions to electric. Given the facts that taxi drivers have to drive around all day, it's no surprise that taxi driving is dangerous. According to the Bureau Labor of Statistics, taxi driving is the 11th most deadliest job in America. The Model 3 is the safest vehicle in the world, making it the ideal fit for taxi drivers. Now I'm sure most of you would rather sit in a Tesla Model 3 than a Toyota Camry. The appeal of a Tesla to the consumer will allow taxi companies to get more market share than non-Tesla taxis. In fact, Norman, a taxi driver who drives a Tesla Model 3, stated that the car has only been driving this morning, and the driver has already received a tip of 15 euros because the customer simply thought it was great to drive in an electric car. This is important for both the taxi company and Tesla. The taxis now generate more profit and get more tips, while Tesla sells more vehicles and is able to market their product to potential customers who never sat in a Tesla before. Ultimately, the turning point for when Tesla taxis become an obvious choice is when the million-mile battery is released. This would increase the longevity of Tesla taxis while being an entryway for making profits with vehicle-to-grid technology. The gap between Tesla taxis and gas vehicles would be so stupendously large that it would be illogical to go with other vehicles. Let me know what you think about Tesla's taxis in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.